Is everybody here today? Look at that, everybody's here. That's exciting.
You should pull it on that computer. You should pull it. I should pull it up. Hurry.
Oh yes, I got it.
All right. Real tree or fake tree, folks? Peter. Vinny. Tucker.
Add me on
chat.
Snapchat, Jagger PP if you're bad.
Fake. Billy.
Type in the chat.
Oh. That'll do it. Hey, Gio.
You have scissors in the World Cup.
You got the things still on the back of your suit.
You're supposed to sit that way.
Oh, you're supposed to rip them. Or cut them.
How do you bring this in?
Is that a straw?
Yeah.
So what do you want to compare? Three.
What do you actually smell?
Especially when I'm tired.
Yes.
What? Just explain now. I am because I'm like historic. Like I'm only really talking about it's history.
Okay. You're welcome.
You know, it's like medieval.
Lord, John. Fake tree or real tree? Real?
Oh,
Autumn.
is it?
Real. Sam. Real. Do you guys do real trees? Rose? Real? Jagger?
Fake.
Are you streaming? Streaming government class? Grace?
Real.
Real. Elena?
Fake.
Fake. Daniel?
Real if I can afford it.
Are they expensive? I don't even know. I mean, if you go into it for. Well, yeah. If you have the property, then you can just get one. That's free.
We don't have anyone.
Rose, say hi to the
property or pine trees or 20 people.
You just be like Christmas vacation and just stuff a giant tree in your house.
Yeah.
2
I've never
seconds.
seen that movie. Wow.
1, 2. All right.
This is live.
Okay.
You're on the live stream.
You have 2 viewers, huh?
Yeah.
Who are they? One of them's John here.
No, this one's Jagger. And I think
Oh,
the other
and
one's
yours-
Micah Brown.
Micah Brown. Okay. Well, people are about to get a free education on the appointment process. Isn't that exciting?
It is.
This is it. Now we can just.
What kind of appointment?
Appointing judges. Fairly short today. And I really do mean it this time, I think.
Why do you not? Can I teach the class
I think I
today?
agree with you. It is pretty short.
What?
I agree with it.
Well, yeah, I thought yesterday was gonna be shorter. We almost went to the buzzer.
Can I teach the class today?
No.
Oh,
I wish I had a bomb that strapped to me and I can go like this. Just like,
No, that's so well when you
Scared.
did it.
Did it?
like if I had a gun.
Should I copy the link?
All right,
and send
the
them
appointment
that?
process.
Yes.
Yeah, make sure no
Mm.
teachers see it. But they
Wait, yeah, then
they
don't
can
do it.
they see whenever you
Yeah,
send
like
it.
teacher's album.
Okay, do it.
John, why is your shirt unbuttoned?
Oh.
Okay.
John, can you do that while you're teaching?
All right. Okie dokie.
Why should we do
Can we,
We got that on video too.
Yeah, this is all evidence.
Oh,
that?
Thank you.
What's the
No, I'm getting video evidence right now of your misbehavior. I'm gonna show some.
Let's see what you've been watching on YouTube. Oh, watch history is out.
Are we gonna set up like a weird portal?
And then should I bring it up to the screen? Whoa.
Like conceptual stuff.
Okay, this is actually a good experiment on a Thursday.
John.
Are you
John,
serious?
we were about to make a breakthrough.
John, we were about to.
That was
I
probably
don't
gonna
know.
open a portal to another dimension.
John, we could have. John, we have 3 viewers and 1 like. You have to hurry up, so they don't leave.
Well, wait, who's the third viewer now?
I think it's Carson.
Carson.
It's King C.
King C. Yo, what's up? He says. Welcome to the chat.
Am I really that shaky?
Yeah.
Or is that just the
You
screen?
gotta zoom out, I think. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Whoa.
Wait, that's like, it's like.
Whoa.
Guys, donate.
Alrighty, we have to learn. That was a good experiment, though.
Everyone say hello.
What are we doing?
Peter's my number 1 watcher. He's my top.
Okay, we'll have to cancel this stream if it becomes too distracting.
Hold on.
Okay.
You can just stream it from the corner and we'll be.
I'm just saying, Mr. Peak might tune in soon, and then what?
Well, you're not stopping me, so like.
So see how great of a teacher you are.
Stop you nicely, but I can stop you meanly.
No.
Okay.
I have 4 viewers.
Wow.
I'm blowing up.
Yeah,
You're gonna be like the next
that's
big
crazy.
streamer.
Alrighty, we have stuff.
Oh.
Be nice.
How many points am I dropping tonight? How many points do you think I'm dropping
You
tonight?
hijacked, like what?
Like 6 or 7. 6, 7.
Okay. The appointment process, looking at how we appoint judges, fairly short because it's not super complicated, but
It's
something
Carson.
we need to know.
Can you guys see the screen?
Because it could happen soon, right? We get some old justices, they might bite it
Do
us
you
soon.
think? Can you see the screen?
And then what? And then when the proceedings start, we'll know exactly what's about to happen. And how exciting is that? Almost makes you excited for when one of them is gone. Kidding. I'm kidding, those are jokes. All right,
It's on the top.
4 objectives. Get excited.
That
I'm
would
hyped. Pipe.
We have 4 today.
4, yeah.
Oh, that's
a little
number slide. That's secret sauce.
I don't know. Pretty close to the bottom.
This is 4.6.
All right. Here we go. Look at these guys, these 9 fellows. And what's the feminine of fellows?
Ladies?
Women,
Ladies,
ladies,
Mm,
ladies and gentlemen.
Gals?
gals.
fellas and
Look at these fellows and gals.
Huz.
Okay, how did they get their
The
jobs?
huz.
That's what we're looking at today.
Formal game.
What?
Peter, like the stream.
Formal gangster?
Who said that?
Authorized gangster.
Who is? You?
No.
Them? I think they're the opposite of gangster. They're law nerds.
Yeah.
Anyway, looking at it from the Constitution, there's a quote. I shrunk it. I almost said shrink.
Huh?
Out of a bad grammar. This is what killed me.
Okay.
I shrunk it. So there's a lot more words than this, but I took out the words that old language. Today they don't really mean anything. So it says the president shall nominate and with the consent of the Senate shall appoint judges of the Supreme Court.
This is not right.
They discussed different ways to do it. They thought maybe the people should vote, but then the judges would be too influenced by what the people think, right? This is a job that should not really be influenced by the people. So they said no to that one. They said maybe Congress should pick. Well, that gives too much power to Congress. And then they said maybe the president should just pick and we don't have to worry about the Senate confirmation. Whoever the president picks is just automatically chosen. And they said, well, that gives the president too much power. So they said, let's find the best of both worlds. Let's share it between the president and Congress, aka, well, specifically the Senate. So the president gets to nominate somebody, and then the Senate has to approve. Okay?
Wait, you rented it?
And that's it for today. No, I'm kidding.
Actually.
No, it could, I mean, basically, we'll go into a little more detail, but
It is.
that's the gist.
How long is it?
It's like 10 slides.
Yeah, it's pretty short. But we have a crash course video. I attached crash courses to the ends of the other lessons too. We didn't watch them because I didn't have them. But today I was like, we should just add them to the end.
The vert.
Clear
Because
ears.
there's crash course videos on all of the things we've been talking about. And I was like, this is awesome.
Guys, 8th hour, I'm gonna play Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Or should I play Fortnite this hour?
Questions on what the Constitution says about the appointment of Supreme Court or even just federal justices?
Spam one in the chat if you want to see Fortnite.
Okay. So how does the process work? We're just gonna go through 3 steps. First, there has to be a vacancy. Usually, it's because someone dies. Sorry to be a downer. But usually it's because someone dies. Sometimes they'll retire if they don't feel like working until they die. And then in some rare circumstances, they may resign early, which is allowed. It just doesn't happen. Or they might even be impeached, which is extremely rare. Never happened with the Supreme Court. It's happened with other lower federal courts, like in the district courts or the courts of appeals.
Why?
Because they were just really, really bad.
How about these formal fellows?
The formal felons? What about them?
I need to be some.
Did you
No education.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
for the
Nobody's
poll?
been nominated that's been
You didn't
horrible
vote?
and has been needed to be impeached. Most of the time, the president does a decent job of selecting somebody from the Senate. Does a good job of picking or allowing them.
We get to choose you.
What?
We get to choose.
Oh, denied. I don't want to be on the Supreme Court. Or if they choose you, John.
I want a bad budget.
What's that?
I want a bad budget.
Band cottage cheese?
You're a ban cottage cheese in the United States.
Why are you banning cottage cheese?
Not bad.
I'm involved.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Thank you, Dad.
Good story. All right. Whenever there is a vacancy, it's a huge, huge event in the news because, again, there's only 9 of them and they serve lifetime appointments. So it's pretty rare that there's even a vacancy. And when there is, That is a lot of influence, and we'll talk about that later, a lot of influence that the president can make on politics moving forward, because the president, let's say they're in the last year of their term, they could appoint a judge, and that judge can be there for another 30 years, upholding that president's values usually. So it's always a big deal. Okay, so we have the vacancy. And now how do we fill the vacancy? The president needs to nominate. And you might be wondering how to do that, right? Like, does the president just know a ton of judges? Not really. Instead, the president's advisors do their research, find judges that would uphold the president's agenda, values. What? Yeah, standard. And then they kind of give recommendations to the president. The president then does his research based on the few that are given to him as an option. And he'll consider different things, right? What judges' judicial philosophy, what we just talked about. The president is an originalist. He wants to hold to the original meaning. He's going to pick a justice who also is an originalist, probably. And then he's also going to pick somebody who's going to stick to that, right? If he's, typically, a president's not going to pick a justice that flip-flops back and forth. They're going to pick somebody who is stable in the way that they have ruled on cases. Lately, a big thing has been demographics and age. They want to put somebody who might be a minority into positions like that, so that's a consideration that some people have. And then the last one is confirmability. Will the Senate confirm this person? Not waste everybody's time if I do that. So they're going to try and pick somebody that's pretty favorable among both parties.
Entertainment.
Making sense so far? So this is the last one. Biden with Ketanji Brown Jackson, or is it Jackson Brown? I can't remember. Who knows? Maybe one of them will die soon. All right. And then the last step, once it's nominated, then that name and that person is given to the Senate, and then they really grill this judge candidate. They're gonna ask all sorts of questions, do some heavy background research. They're gonna look at everything that this person's done since they were young, basically. The reason I say that is because in the picture, gentleman who was on the Supreme Court now, Brett Kavanaugh, I remember when he was nominated and he went through the Senate stuff, they were grilling him because there was this lady who stepped up and said that he raped her in high school.
What?
It was this big deal, and it turns out she was probably lying. But they care about what you did even in high school.
Don't do something bad to you at all.
And that's kind of the thing is why are you stepping forward now that he's big news? Yeah. So, there's also a questionnaire that they give to the nominee, and they have to fill it out and answer all of these questions. And it's a ton of questions, like, I mean, it's all sorts of stuff. You know, where have you lived? How much money have you made throughout your life? Where'd you go to college? What's your judicial philosophy? There's 100 pages of just a ton of personal information we probably wouldn't consider to be super important, but they just really want to know who it is that they have to approve or not approve. But either way, they grill this person's going to give their answers, and eventually it comes time for a vote. They'll debate whether or not they should allow this person to be justice. And then they'll vote. It's a simple majority. So 51 to 49 will 51 to 49 will get them appointed. It used to be that you could filibuster, which then means you need 60 votes. 2014 or something. And now
Come on now, shout, come on now, shout, come on now, shout, take it easy, shout, take it easy, shout, take it easy, shout, take it easy, shout, a little bit
there it is. It's not super common that they
a little bit louder now, shout, a little bit louder now, shout, a little bit louder now, shout, a little bit louder.
I don't know the exact percentage. I won't say it's near the 80s. 80% of the time they'll.
You know you make me wanna kick my head up and shout, throw my head back and shout, come on now.
They do, a lot of times that person actually drops out before they are.
Come on now, shout, take it easy, shout, take it.
Yeah. Questions?
Nope.
No questions from Gio. Anyone else?
John?
Nope.
All
None
right.
from John.
So there's just a debate on what the Senate, what the role of the Senate should be in approving presidential nominations for the courts. The first is that the Senate pretty much has to say yes to the president, because that's the president's job, and the Senate, it's not the Senate's job to, I don't know, play devil's advocate with the president. So that's what some people think. Other people think, no, the Senate needs to be just as involved, and they have every right to deny a presidential appointment. So, I don't know. People just fall on different sides. I don't really have an opinion, but
Me too.
you don't have an opinion either?
Yeah.
So, as I mentioned, this is one of the biggest things the president can do. If the president can sort of push any sort of policy that they want on the president, they can make any sort of relationships that they want with foreign nations. But one thing that will always pass, right, those things could be overturned by the next administration. The one thing that can't be overturned is the Supreme Court appointment. Once they're in, they're in. And so if you're nearing the end of your term, and you have the opportunity to appoint somebody to the Supreme Court, that is one person in the Supreme Court who will carry on your values for the next 30 to 40 years. Because nowadays you can't really appoint younger ones. So it's just always a very, very, very big deal. And so Trump has had the opportunity to appoint 3, which is rare. The last time he's been able to appoint 3. And he still got 3 years left. And there are some that are getting old. Could be a 4th. Yeah.
Or 7.
So what if there's 7?
Like 6 or 7.
Yeah, whatever. That'd be crazy. So, some people debate, especially that bottom one, becoming a big issue. Should we expand the court? So, party that's going out of power in their last days while they're still in office before the next administration takes over, they have suggested maybe let's have Congress expand the court to 11. And all of a sudden now we have 2 vacancies and we can fill those 2 vacancies with whoever we want. You might hear about that on the news, or if you follow politics today, people talk about it. It's called the Patent Board. Something that could happen, but big deal. Kicking the board. No quiz.
No quiz.
No quiz.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, as I said, short one.
Look at the answer.
Again, presentations, 2 rounds next week. Workday on Monday, final workday. Unless you're not in basketball, then you'll get one on Tuesday and Friday, or Thursday and Friday. No JV tonight for girls.
For girls.
Looking for the ops, John. I'm looking for the ops.
Simpson?
Yeah. I'm Homer Simpson.
Supreme Court. Supreme Court.
Because they're keeping it cash. Let's go to the thought bubble. Okay, Dan. The federal government basically like a bouncer at a hot club. You're open up to a hot club. They screen out a lot of petitions because those cases don't raise a lot of federal law questions or because they've already been decided in other cases. Or they're not wearing good enough shoes to get in the club. If, and it's a big if, your petition is granted, it goes into the third pool. The first round in which the justices decide which cases they're actually going to decide. The list of cases that will be decided is called the discussion list. For the judges to actually hear the case, called granting certiorari, 4 of the 9 justices have to agree to hear it. This is called the rent certiorari, happens at the conference, which is like the back of the club where the really well-dressed people go. So the judges have read your petition, and 4 of them have decided that your case is one of about 80 that they will hear. Now you and decide to disagree with your position. Agree. Green are not underwear. This is the original side explaining what or affirm the lower court's decision. The petitioner also filed a reply. After filing all this, you're finally on your way out of the thought bubble. I mean, you're on your way to court. Thanks, the bug. You might think that there would only be 2 briefs in a case, 1 from each side. And it's true that there must be at least 2, but often there are many, many more briefs. And even lots of briefs. Doesn't stand there. You can't put your pants on.
What is this thing?
Or in front of the court brief. Advocates briefs often contain different legal, economic, or historical arguments that can sometimes persuade justices and appear in their opinions. They're also one way that interest groups can attempt to influence the Supreme Court. After the brief is filed, the court schedules oral arguments, giving them time to read and consider the brief. Each side gets half an hour to make its case. This time includes questions from the justices, so most of the time is usually spent answering questions. Imagine a presentation with the most intense teacher you've ever had bombarding you with questions, except there are teachers about cases that you have. After oral arguments, you wait for a decision. The justices then meet in another conference, which is held on a Wednesday or a Friday, because there's good TV the other days. In order for the court to render an official decision, 5 of the 9 justices, a majority, must agree on at least one of the legal arguments that either affirms or overturns the lower court's decision. Although they can also send a case back down to the lower court for another decision, which is called a remand. Although, you might call it a punt. About like 30 yards. The Chief Justice presides over the conference and assigns the task of writing the court's decision, called majority opinion. The opinions are given in writing, although sometimes justices will read them from the bench. Sometimes the court will issue a single majority opinion, which is a very strong statement of unified agreement. In the King Civil Rights case of Brown versus Board of Education, the court issued a single opinion that was even stronger because it was unanimous. But sometimes the court will issue multiple opinions of the same case. The decision of the court either to affirm or overturn the lower court's ruling is called the holding. Now, this is the first thing you need to know in any Supreme Court decision. The second thing that matters is the legal reasoning or rationale behind the holding. If a justice agrees with the holding in the majority opinion, but for different legal reasons, they write a concurring opinion. The rationale in this concurrence is cool and everything, but the lower courts is not defined. Only the holding of the majority and its rationale are binding on lower courts. A single justice writes a concurrence, but other justices sign on to it if they agree with the clause. For instance, Eagle and I both agree that fish are delicious, but I would write a concurrence that the scales do not have a throat. So let's see if this goes to the Supreme Court. Let's solve it now. Many Supreme Court cases are not unanimous. In fact, in ideologically divided courts, you are likely to find a lot of cases decided by 5 to 4 margins. The judges who are on the losing side who didn't support the majority decision can write a dissenting opinion. A dissent does not set a precedent for a lower court and has no force of law. But often dissents are very eloquent and they can provide arguments that might persuade later courts in similar decisions. Sometimes, as with the famously bad case of Plessy versus Ferguson, the arguments in a dissent form the foundation for the majority opinion in a later case, even though it can take 50 years to get from a case like Plessy to Brown versus Board of Education. So that's the nuts and bolts of how Supreme Court decisions are made. But before we wrap this up, here are a few key things to remember. First, there are a lot of hurdles you need to jump over before a court makes a decision in a case. Most certiorari petitions, there are usually about 8,000 each year, don't make it past the clerks or the Solicitor General and don't get granted. It takes 4 judges to agree to hear a case, but 5 in the later majority. Only the holding of the rationale supported by at least 5 of the 9 justices becomes binding precedent for lower courts. Defensive concurrences may be fun and interesting to read, especially if there are pictures, and they may include important legal ideas, but lower courts don't need to follow. So that's how the court works procedurally, but there's another way to think about Supreme Court decisions. To really understand the Supreme Court, we need to consider the thinking behind judicial decisions. But that's for another episode. Thanks for watching. Crash Course Government and Politics is produced in association with CBS Digital Studios. Support for Crash Course U.S. Government comes from Vocal. Vocal supports nonprofits that use technology and media to advance social justice. Learn more about their mission and initiatives at vocal.org. Crash Course is made with the help of leadership organizations. Thanks for watching.
There's no real. We got about 10 minutes here. Get a little bit of work on your presentations. Directions are in class from now on. Questions on your presentations? Presentations are organized. For basketball players.
Twin River Films up, chat.
Yep. If we were to do like a worksheet for
It's just abusing that,
what? Oh, maybe. Just whatever.
5.
Big question. You want to probably look at it? Okay.
Name a step of data society research technologies.
Okay.
Name one country that's still active.
It's not too bad. You can try to get like 1 or 2 more maybe. Those are good questions.
Peak,
That's
peak,
fantastic.
peak, peak.
Well, I'm glad about that.
I tried to do.
What is it?
Oh.
Did you wrap up your stream?
I just died in Fortnite.
What?
I just died in Fortnite. It's time to wrap it up.
You're gonna go live and
Yeah. John, say goodbye to your fans. Peter. 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 Peter.